Hi, my name is Emily and welcome to Secret Patterns. In today's video, I'm super excited to be sharing how to crochet the popcorn stitch. Now, in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing the traditional way to do the popcorn stitch, but I'm also going to be sharing the way that I was doing the popcorn stitch for quite a while, and then I actually realized that it's technically the wrong way to do the popcorn stitch. But I wanted to share it in this video because I actually think it's a little bit of a prettier stitch. So in case you're interested, make sure to watch all the way through because I'll be showing you both ways to do the popcorn stitch, and I think they both have their really cool benefits. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. So the supplies that I will be using for today's video is a 5.5mm crochet hook. However, I recommend whatever hook size your yarn label will recommend, or whatever hook size you're using for the pattern that you're following. You'll need scissors, a darning needle, and your yarn. I'm using Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek, and this is in the color Blush, and it's a number 4 worsted weight yarn. But if you're using a thicker weight yarn, that's totally fine. You'll just have to adjust your hook size accordingly. So you can see that I've made a little swatch right here, and basically all we're going to do is we are going to make a popcorn stitch at this point. So whatever pattern you're following, or if you're freehanding it, you're going to now need to make a popcorn stitch. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you first the traditional way to do a popcorn stitch. Then I'll show you the difference between the traditional and the non-traditional way to make a popcorn stitch. And then I'll show you how to do the non-traditional way to do a popcorn stitch. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to do the traditional popcorn stitch. So what you're going to do is you're going to double crochet 5 into this next stitch. And while I'm going to do these 5 double crochets, I'm going to explain something to you that's really interesting. So what you're going to do is you're going to yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn and pull through 2. So that's a double crochet, and what you're going to do is you're going to repeat that 4 more times now for a total of 5 stitches. So as I do these 4 more double crochets, I want to mention that with patterns, each pattern designer will tell you, they should tell you in the pattern abbreviations or in the special stitches section how many double crochets they did for their popcorn stitch. Because each designer might do a different number of stitches for a popcorn stitch, and the difference with doing a different number of stitches is how raised it will be. So for me, in this beautiful little granny square that I released on my blog and YouTube channel recently, I did 5 double crochets per popcorn. So you can see that it's about how thick they turned out. Now if you were to do 4 double crochets or even 3 double crochets, it would be less tall. It'd be smaller and a little bit less noticeable. So sometimes, depending on the designer's preferences or what pattern you're following, they want to make a smaller popcorn stitch, or they might want to make a bigger popcorn stitch. So make sure to check your pattern or whatever you're doing, whatever you're making, and follow exactly what they recommend so that you get the exact results that you're looking for. So now that side note aside, so you can see that I've made 5 double crochets right here, and I have my hook in there. And what you're going to do, so there's my 5 right there, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What you're going to do is you're going to lift up your loop on your hook just a little bit. You're going to go back and you're going to grab the top 2 stitches of that first double crochet. So you can see here's the first double crochet, go up, grab the top 2 loops, and then you're going to go ahead and grab the loop of your most recent double crochet. You're just going to tighten that loop a little bit so it's the right looseness. Then you're going to just pull through like that. So there you go, you made your own little popcorn stitch. Now I prefer to chain one after my popcorn stitch, and it just kind of makes it a little bit more, I feel like it completes the popcorn stitch. I think it's a pretty common thing to do, but you might want to follow your pattern for whatever they recommend. So now I'm going to show you, the next thing I'm going to show you is the difference between doing it the traditional way and the non-traditional way. So I'm just doing a couple more double crochets, and then I'm going to just chain one and turn my work just so I can show you the difference. So 1 second. Okay, so as you can see, there is, I just did a little few half double crochets on top of this popcorn stitch. So let me show you now the difference. So you can see this is the traditional way, and then this is the non-traditional way, okay? So what you can see is that at the top here, you can kind of see the stitches more, and it looks a little bit more like a sharp edge. There you go, it's in focus. So it looks a little bit more like a sharp edge, it stops there. Whereas with this way, when you follow this method, it looks a little bit more like a nice curve throughout. So you can see there's still, I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but you can see that this has a lot more of kind of like a flat top, and it looks a little bit less clean and like nice and flat all the way around, you know, kind of like a puff stitch, whereas this one kind of feels like you're going whoop and then down, you know. So hopefully you guys can see that difference. So yeah, that is the main difference. And now let me show you how to do this stitch. Okay, so for doing the popcorn stitch technically the different way, what you're going to do is you're going to do the same 5 double crochets into your next stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you can see there are my 5 stitches. Now what you're going to do, and this is where the difference is, you're going to pull up your loop, and this time instead of going from the front like you would normally for this kind of puff stitch, you're going to come in from the back. So like this, and then you're going to grab that loop. So we're coming in, you're going into the top of the first double crochet, but you're coming in from the back side. So you're coming in from the back, going to the front, and then you're going to grab that loop, and you're going to go ahead and pull through. And now when you have that, you're just going to go ahead and pull through. So once you have the loop on your hook, just pull through. Then I'm going to chain 1, and I'm just going to do a couple of stitches so that you can see the difference on here as well. Okay, so as you can see, here are the 2 different ones. Now it's a very slight difference, so this is the one that is technically the wrong way to do it, and then here is the one where it's technically the right way to do it. So I'm hoping you can see that it just has a little bit more of a flat top instead of a nice curve all the way around. So hopefully you can see that. And that is the 2 ways that you can do a popcorn stitch. So you can do it like this, the traditional way, or you can do it like this, and you'll notice that it pops out on the other side. So if you are following a pattern and you want to do the way that I do it, the non-traditional way, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to turn your work for the round that row you're doing the puff stitches on. So that is hopefully making sense, because if you do not turn for the round, you're going to have them on the wrong side. So hopefully that makes sense. And yeah, that is the 2 ways to do a popcorn stitch. Thanks so much for learning how to do the popcorn stitch along with me. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please make sure to give this video a like, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you get notified, and that little notification bell so you get notified of when I post new videos. I create weekly crochet tutorials, occasionally crochet vlogs, and every so often a crochet yarn haul. And then also don't forget to comment down below and tell me what you're going to be using this popcorn stitch for. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're at all interested in how to make this beautiful little granny square, make sure to check out my YouTube tutorial here on YouTube for this granny square. I also have a tutorial for how to make a blanket out of this granny square, and so make sure to check out my YouTube tutorial and my blog. Alright, thanks so much for watching. Bye!